1027 WNEW, where rock lives. Led Zeppelin, of course. I got to remind the people, all right, when you hear It's Only Rock and Roll by the Rolling Stones, later this hour, be the 10th caller, and you've got a 4-pack of tickets to see Don Henley, Pete Townsend, Stevie Nicks, and Joni Mitchell, Friday, August 14th, and Saturday, August 15th. It's a day in the garden at Yasgur's Farm, Bethel, New York.
Groovy.
And I hope it's not hot as hell like today.
Ho-ho, the baked apple today, Opie.
Yeah, we should introduce ourselves because it's our second day. It's Opie and Anthony.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? It sucks outside.
Hot town, summer in the city, Opie. Whoa, that temperature sure is going up the old thermometer today. It's the baked apple.
But we're very...
Oh, how tired are you hearing that?
Well, we're very prepared for the heat wave in the city because we were watching the new news today on Channel 2.
No, every newscast.
Oh, I thought it was just Channel 2.
Top story, telling us things that I think are common sense. Make sure you drink plenty of fluids. You know, you might be thirsty, and unless we told you, forget to drink. So we're here to let you know. We're light, comfortable clothing. You know, I saw somebody ready to leave in a parka this morning, and I said, hey, it's going to be pretty hot. Maybe you ought to wear something light. And he said, hey, thank you. I probably would have died.
Yeah, I don't understand why they have to go on the news and state the obvious. Drink plenty of fluids, wear the light, comfortable clothing.
Yeah.
What about this one? Check on the elderly.
Check the elderly.
They shouldn't be outdoors today. You know, if you made it to 80, 85 years old, you know how to handle yourself in the heat, right?
I think there's probably been a couple of heat waves that they've lived through.
Right.
You know, and the other one is don't overexert yourself. You know, if you planned on lifting a few cars in this heat, don't do that.
I thought we were going to run a marathon in Central Park today. Today's the perfect day, right?
And no alcohol.
No alcohol.
And I don't understand this, because in the wintertime, when you get the first snowfall and they go through the laundry list of things to do when it snows, they also tell you don't drink. When the hell are we supposed to drink?
Yeah, they just don't want us to drink anymore.
I think that's it. Hey, it's a mild day in the 70s, and remember, no alcohol.
Right.
Well, wait a minute. I want a beer.
I like a wobbly pop every once in a while, especially on a Friday.
Yeah, so you'll hear that ad nauseum for the next couple of days because it's going to be hot.
Well, the best is when they show the graphic and they just put the baked apple.
Yeah.
It's not the Big Apple anymore. It's the baked apple this weekend. So.
And there's a fat person alert today. Stay clear. Fat people could explode in the city today. Very hot.
Actually, in a little while, next time we talk, I got to tell you something that I read. And I think it was, I forgot what magazine.
I'm just amazed you read.
But there's something that goes on with cows when it gets really, really warm. And I'll tell you about that next, okay? All
right.
Give us a call or send us a fax if you like, 212-957-WNEW. 1027 WNEW, where rock lives. Music sounds that much better on a Friday, huh? Yeah. Almost quitting time, hour and a half to go. Very big weekend in the city. It's Opie and Anthony, by the way. I got to get this out of the way immediately. Are you, Anthony, a Yankee fan or a Met fan?
I am a Yankee fan.
Oh, you're one of those fair-weather Yankee fans, I bet.
Fair-weather Yankee fan?
Have you always been a Yankee fan, or did you just decide to switch over to the Yankees in recent years?
Yes, just today, Opie, I decided I was going to be a Yankee fan. I'm sure you were a Mets fan for years.
I'm still a Mets fan.
Of course.
They haven't had much success in the last 12 years, as we all know.
You were probably a Mets fan right after the 86 World Series.
No.
Right? They rule! Yeah, the Mets, man, they rule!
No, I still remember the days of Tom Seaver and Cleon Jones and the Stork in center field and Wayne Garrett.
All right.
Okay. I wish we had tickets for the Subway Series.
Oh, you can buy them,
I
You
know.
can buy them. I believe the scalpers are selling them.
Four Finger Louie's got some great specials outside the stadium.
You don't have a firstborn, do you?
No, I don't.
To pay for your ticket?
I hear they're going to get about $600 a ticket tonight.
True.
At Shea Stadium.
And you know what the real horrifying thing is? If there's a rain out, you know what's going to happen?
Well, supposedly there might be some rain tonight, sure.
Yeah. And then you got to what? Go tomorrow afternoon?
A doubleheader tomorrow at the stadium.
In the heat.
At Shea.
The blazing sun.
Can you imagine paying $600 for a ticket and sitting in Shea Stadium and it's 100 degrees?
There's a happy fan dying of heat frustration. Look at that foul ball. Here it goes into the stands, and no one's getting it. Everyone's dead from the heat.
It's going going to be exciting. The city is alive with that. Actually, there's a lot going on this weekend in the big town. A couple new movies out.
What do you got?
Out of Sight, George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez. I love Jennifer Lopez. I want to stalk her. She was in town. I tried to find her, but no luck.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting good reviews, though, Out of Sight. 3.5 stars.
All right.
I have a problem with Dr. Dolittle, though.
Yeah, so do I.
Eddie Murphy's new movie. Depending on what paper you read today, it's not looking good at all.
He's really taking that Robin Williams tack, where he's just grabbing up these lame movies.
Right.
Like that. Right. I don't know. Chris Rock as the hamster?
Yeah, I'm going to go see it just to see Chris Rock as the hamster. We got to get him on our show again.
I hear he studied for that by hanging out with Richard Gere. Is that true?
I don't know.
I read that somewhere.
Very good. Also, there's tickets still available for the Allman Brothers at Jones Beach this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, on your radio all weekend long, we're giving away tickets to A Day in the Garden. And your next chance to win is, should we tease this a little bit? A little later this hour. How's that?
Very good.
If you've been listening, you know what song to be listening for. To be the 10th caller right here at NEW. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York. That's Fastball in the Way. Getting lots of requests for that song today.
Man, that's one of those songs that, if you're incarcerated in prison and you hear that, you'll be in the yard going, la da 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 da. Just sticks in your head, doesn't it?
It just puts you in a very good mood.
Happy
song,
mood.
Right?
I am on death row, who cares?
You could be stuck in Friday afternoon traffic. That song comes on and you're happy.
Well, don't get carried away.
I know, exactly. So who's going to be the sucker that has the car that's going to break down today because it overheats because it's so hot out today?
The old overheating Dodge Aries K car.
Yeah, which person are we going to hate today when we're driving home?
Now, you were saying something earlier.
Yeah.
About the heat. Obviously, it's sweeping the country. I looked at the weather map, and the whole country is covered with 90s and 100s. And you were talking about something about cows?
Yeah, cows explode in the heat.
Now,
yeah. I was on the internet, and I read it somewhere.
On the internet?
Yeah.
Oh.
I believe everything I read on the internet.
That explains everything. And what do they say?
They say that when the temperature gets up into the high 90s, or even higher, like it's 100 today,
right,
that cows explode.
Now, they're walking around and just spontaneously combust.
Yes. Something to do with the gas in their stomach, and they explode.
Come on.
I am serious.
That's an urban legend.
No.
It sure is. That's an urban legend, like the story about the bride and groom.
Wait, I know the person that happened to.
No, you don't.
That is a true story.
That is an urban legend. The story goes that at a wedding, the best man gets up to do the toast.
Right.
And tells everybody to flip over their plates.
Right.
And underneath the plate is a picture of the bride and him doing it.
Yes, that happened to my sister's friend's brother. That is a true story.
That is not. It's an urban legend.
I know the person that happened to.
Just like your exploding cows.
The exploding cow thing is true. Maybe we could get a scientist on the phone today.
I've heard that cows, when they die in the heat, they might bloat up after a while laying in the heat.
And explode.
And I did read that there's a job out there in Texas, guys that have to go out and explode cows to blow them up.
Sure.
They wrap them with explosive primer cord.
See?
And, is this actual audio tape from Texas, Opie? Wow, an exclusive. Fascinating. I can't believe you actually got this.
I'm telling you, it happens when it gets real hot out.
Wow, got a little beef on you there.
Cows explode, I'm telling you. We're gonna get to the bottom of this today on the program.
I can't wait.
All right, if you want to give us a call, it's 212-757-1027. Fax line is 212-957-WNEW. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York, Semisonic, and closing time on a Friday afternoon. It's Opie and Anthony. Thanks for checking us out once again on our second show on NEW.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, right?
Certainly is. I'm having fun.
Got to tell you, got a fax from Kristen, and she says, I used to have a cow and it really exploded. Thank you.
An urban legend. Cows don't explode in the heat.
I was reading it on the internet, and yes, when it gets over 100 degrees, somewhere in Texas, cows explode.
Why lie?
We'll get a scientist on the line, and he'll prove it for us. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah, because we are the show of the scientists. They're the ones listening here.
I'm going to mix this batch of serum, but first let me tune in Opie and Anthony.
I don't think so.
It is hot. But I'm looking out the window here at NEW, and it looks like Mayor Giuliani has decided to make it rain for us to cool us off. Thank you.
Is he actually at the controls?
I think he might be.
With my weather machine, I'll make it rain in New York. It's like Simon Bar Sinister, kind of.
He sure is.
Got that same hairdo.
Yep.
I'll destroy the world.
You know what I noticed about the mayor lately?
What?
He's got different hairdos.
For different occasions and different weather. He's like Mayor Potato Head.
Yeah, he's got snap-on hair for different occasions.
He has his turbo hydromatic air-cooled hairdo today. So I'm on the news. Kind of keeps the heat off his head. There's the serious trying to get the vendors off the street do,
right?
Which kind of swoops down in front of his eyes in the front. Sort of a familiar look.
Yeah. Is there a lot of marching going on when he's wearing that?
Yeah, a lot of marching down the street.
Right.
Sure.
Okay.
And there's the handing out awards, which is the happy hairdo, combed to the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
When he's in a jovial mood.
Yeah, the happy do.
But I would like to thank His Holiness for making it rain to cool us off, because it's going to come down in Manhattan any second now.
Thank you.
And if you got something for the show, 212-757-1027. We have figured out the phone system, and we want to get some listeners on the air today, so give us a call. Hi, NEW.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
All right. I don't know anything about exploding cows, but you put an idea in my head before about no drinking when it's hot.
Yeah.
Well, I just had the coldest Heineken in the world, and I just want to thank you so much. This is exactly what I needed.
You're breaking all the rules.
I'm sorry. I have 5 more.
Are you dressed in light clothing?
Extremely light.
Are you doing any strenuous activity?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I had no choice.
Do you have grandparents?
Do I have grandparents?
Yes.
Yeah?
Well, you better run right over there and check on them.
Check the elderly, for God's
Well,
sake.
they live a little too far away for that.
Well, the news said you got to check on the elderly. They can't handle the heat for some reason.
Find someone's elderly and check them.
Well, my next door neighbor's outside mowing his lawn. He looks pretty damn good.
Really?
Yeah, he does. He's in pretty good shape for a 70-year-old man, 75.
Oh, my God.
What are you into, ma'am?
Don't even go there.
I don't want to be honest with you. All right, well, have a great weekend.
I'll save a Heineken for you.
Enjoy the Heineken. We wish we were there with you.
Me too.
All right, maybe when we get off work.
I don't think so. Bye.
Bye. No, I didn't mean I was trying to pick you up. I meant me and Ann are going to go to some bar and get a Heineken.
Get it. She's not interested in us. You heard her with the neighbor.
Hey, I got some Heineken and a pocket full of Viagra.
I'm ready.
Come on, Grandpa.
A Day in the Garden. Don't forget, NEW's got your tickets for the outdoor concert event of the summer. When you hear Tush by ZZ Top later this hour, be the 10th caller, and you've got a 4-pack of tickets to see Don Henley, Pete Townsend, Stevie Nicks, and Joni Mitchell, Friday, August 14th, and Saturday, August 15th. Where, Anthony?
At Yasgur's Farm, man.
In Bethel, New York.
Yeah.
1027 WNEW. Where rock lives. It's Brian Adams. 1027 WNEW, the rock of New York Queen. We're going to send that one out to the Mets tonight. We're going to kick the Yankees' asses.
All right. So
in the Subway Series.
So you say.
It's Opie and Anthony. I'm a Mets fan, and Anthony is like a fair weather Yankee fan. Just started following them 2 years ago.
Shut up.
Everyone heading out to Shea Stadium. I hope that it's not going to be too bad of a rainstorm, getting some showers here in Manhattan right now.
Well, the weatherman that I was watching on TV earlier, all excited because the heat today. They any extremes in weather, and the weathermen just go crazy and saying that these are just passing thunderstorms. Could get ugly, but it should be okay for the game tonight.
Okay. Speaking of baseball, we were reading in Maxim magazine. There's a very interesting article on how they play baseball in where? Finland?
Finland. It's Finland-style baseball. I don't know what kind of hallucinogenic narcotics they're on in Finland, but this is no way to play baseball. Get this. The pitcher stands... How close do you think the pitcher stands to the batter? In regular baseball, do you know what it is?
What is it, 75, 80 feet, whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
How close is the pitcher to the batter in Finland?
In Finland, 2 feet.
No way.
I am not kidding you. The pitcher stands 2 feet in front of the batter.
Uh-huh.
And with an underhand toss, lobs the ball 15 feet straight up in the air, and then ducks.
You sure after the game they don't all get on a short bus
with hockey helmets on it and hit themselves? 15 feet straight up in the air, then he ducks.
And then he ducks. Well, that's smart.
Yeah, that's the one smart thing about this.
Yeah.
Then it just gets more ridiculous after that. The batter tenses up, swings. If he hits it, he drops the bat and sprints toward third base. I'm not kidding. Now this is the way to play baseball, don't you know? Now get this.
Yeah.
On the first two pitches, the batter advances runners by hitting the ball.
Okay.
But he doesn't have to run himself.
Really?
If there's a batter on base already, the guy up at bat can hit 3 times and just stand there. Like, okay, run. He doesn't have to run.
He doesn't have to run.
The guy on base has to run. So he could score, he could get like 3 RBIs.
So they've taken
every time he's up.
Our pastime and they've screwed it up.
Perverted it.
Any other rules in baseball in Finland?
Oh, there's more. Should the batter fly out but arrive at the base before the ball, he's in a state of purgatory, don't you know? Between safe and out, and he gets sent back to the dugout, don't you know?
What?
Of course. But if he doesn't beat the throw to the base, he's out. Now, you might say, what does that mean? Well, 11 purgatories retire the side.
11 purgatories?
As opposed to 3 outs.
Oh, my God.
That's baseball in Finland, don't you know?
What other sports do they play in Finland?
I don't know. But I'm sure they require some type of sedation.
Right. Well, we're trying to learn stuff on the show today. Already we're learning about cows exploding in the extreme heat, and someone's got to call up and tell us what other sports they play in Finland, because I'm very curious.
Well, hockey.
Well, obviously they're very good at hockey, but obviously they're not good at baseball.
Yeah, we didn't decide to take hockey and, pervert it.
No. All right.
Ridiculous. I'm never going to Finland.
I don't want to get off on a tangent here, but know what I hate about watching hockey on TV?
What?
That streak on Fox.
Oh, yeah.
I know where the puck is going. I don't need that streak to tell me where it's going.
I want to go to the game. I don't want to watch it on TV.
It's a much better game to watch live. Okay. Fax number 212-957-WNEW if you want to add anything to the discussion. And, whoa, phone's ringing like crazy. Do they still hate us? We'll go to them next and see what you guys are all about. Stay there. Hey, these guys sounded great this morning on Dave Herman Show. I hope you had a chance to hear them. Grant Lee Buffalo played this one live. It's Truly Truly on 102.7 WNEW, The Rock of New York. 102.7 WNEW, The Rock of New York, Jesus Jones, and right here and right now, it's Opie and Anthony, the new guys at NEW, having a good time. Actually, people are starting to slowly but surely warm up to us a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people in general don't like change, so yesterday was kind of brutal.
A little much.
But now people are like, yeah, you guys aren't too bad. We'll give you a try for another few days before we make our decision, before we hate you for the rest of our lives.
Thank you.
I know. The NEW listeners are very loyal, and we know that.
That's true.
We truly know that. If you want to send a fax today, 212-957-WNEW, and the phone line is 212-757-1027. We'll go to the phones in a little bit, see what people are saying today.
Yeah, that's something people learn, too, about our show. We like phone calls. It's the People's Show.
Yeah, we like to call it the People's Radio Show, so if it's like you got something on your mind, you could get on the radio and talk about it.
Get something off your chest,
Right.
It's easy.
But it's funny because people are calling up and going, well, could you tell us a little more about you guys? Because we really don't know much. So I figured we'd play another track from a CD we had out. Not that we're going to promote this. I won't even tell you the name of it. If you want to find it, you can find it. But that's not the reason we're playing this, okay? But I want to play the Reagan bit, actually.
Yeah, sure.
Why not? Anthony does a killer Ronald Reagan.
Thank you.
And about a year ago,
I do?
Yes, you do, Anthony.
Who the hell is Ronald Reagan? Nancy. Yes?
Hey, Mr. Reagan, do you like the Opie and Anthony show so far? It's only been 2 days, but what do you think?
Well, I love Amos and Andy. I think they're a couple of funny gents.
No, it's Opie and Anthony.
Otis and Mary are very... I love them. God bless America.
I hope you know what radio station you're listening to.
What's that?
Oh, forget it. Anyway, about a year ago, we called the Ronald Reagan Library, his actual library, looking for Nancy Reagan. And this is what happened. Check it out. 1027 WNEW, where rock lives. Kansas, Carry On Wayward Son from 1976.
I remember jamming that one out of my Pioneer Super Tuner in my 40 Econoline van with the bubble window on the back.
You had one of those vans?
Oh, dude, and it had the Molly Hatchet guy from the Molly Hatchet album cover with the big hatchet, airbrushed on the side.
Wow, you must have been making a lot of money way back then, huh?
Had the bed in the back, and the fridge with the shag carpeting.
With the famous bumper sticker.
If this van's a rockin', don't come knocking. And I had Krager rims.
Tell me the cops didn't see that van coming a mile away.
I never got more than 5 feet without getting pulled over.
I know.
It's like, yeah, all right, let's go out, babe.
Right.
That's my vehicle plate.
Oh,
must have been the Molly Hatchet on the side of the van.
That did it every time. And then they'd have to look in the back.
Right.
Dude, he's gonna see a seed. There's a seed in the shag carpeting. Throw it out.
And did you have your stack of 8-tracks?
Well, yeah. Who wouldn't? And then I had the matchbook that I used to have to jam on the side of the 8-track to keep it from skipping when I used to go off-roading in the woods.
You know what I loved about 8-tracks? In the middle of those damn Yes songs, it would stop and you have to start it up again in the next track. They couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, the song would fade, then there'd be a switch tracks, and then it would fade back up again.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
The good old days.
The good old days is right. All right, it's Opie and Anthony, the voices coming from your radio. The new guys, yes. People are trying us on.
For the time being, we're new.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we won't be new for too long. Actually,
as time goes on.
Actually, this is our second show at NEW, right? I think we have 524,678 shows to go before we catch up to Scott Muni.
Is that it? That's all? That's all?
That's it.
We're well on our way.
All right. If you want to give us a call, 212-757-1027. Faxes are spilling out like crazy. So far, we're finding out that the cops like us.
I like that.
We like that a lot.
I'm a supporter of the police.
We're all supporters of the police here at NEW.
I mean, there were times you would speed.
Right.
I think you have more speeding tickets than I've ever gotten.
I got 4 speeding tickets in a year and a half. Yes. That's why I'm glad I'm back in the New York area, because there's not many places you could speed anymore.
That's true.
So I'm going to be safe for a while.
Not in downtown.
Right. But if you want to send a fax to the pile, 212-957-WNEW. All weekend, we're giving away tickets to A Day in the Garden. When you hear Walk This Way by Aerosmith, be the 10th caller at 212-757-1027, and you'll score tickets for both days. That song on the way, but in the meantime, it's Johnny Lang, Lie to Me, on 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York. 1027 WNEW, where rock lives, Boston. It's Opie and Anthony, and we know what Brad Delp is now up to these days.
Yes, we do. He's in a little band called Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. He plays Beatle covers for Christmas parties.
He actually played at one of our Christmas parties.
The last radio job we had, Brad Delp. Actually, it was in Boston, his pretty much hometown, obviously.
Yeah.
And we had this Christmas party, and next thing I know, I'm like, Anthony, that's Brad Delp. And he's playing Beatles songs.
He's singing.
At our Christmas party.
I actually got up and sang a song with him, which was pretty cool.
It was very cool.
Like,
but
how often do you get to sing with Brad Delp?
But this guy was huger than huge, and now he's reduced to singing Beatles songs at Christmas parties.
Bunch of people that he's going to... Play me a song!
Right.
Oh, God, this guy was playing arenas, and now some drunks at a Christmas party were yelling songs at him.
Yeah, I think Arthur was there, actually. We're trying to...
Hey!
Oh, no.
Weren't you Bradley Delp? Why are you playing Beatle covers? Come on, play some of your Boston songs. It's taking the knife out of the cheese. You think he wants some cheese?
But he's still...
He had drunks yelling at him.
He's still a very cool guy, and he probably has more money than God, and that's probably why he's doing this, because he wants to.
He enjoys it.
He's one of those guys that doesn't have to work anymore in his life. So he's probably enjoying it, right?
I would doubt it.
I think we brought back some memories for some people out there. The phones are going crazy. We were just talking about those custom vans of the late 70s.
If you had one, you were the coolest guy in school. That's for sure. You'd need the big 40 Econoline van, bubble window in the back, Pioneer Super Tuner with the 8-track in there, shag carpeting.
And the best memory you brought up, the Molly Hatchet.
The big Molly Hatchet mural airbrushed on the side.
Right.
That was the coolest.
Let's go to the phones. Hi, NEW. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York, Wallflowers and Heroes from the Godzilla movie soundtrack. The album soundtrack is really good, but that movie was the biggest disappointment in movie history, I do believe. You haven't seen it yet, right?
Can't comment on it. Haven't seen it yet.
Don't even bother. What did this? They turned Godzilla into a lizard.
I was a huge Godzilla fan when I was a kid, and yeah, I hear they ruined his look.
They ruined his look. The acting. Well, everyone knows. Everyone has seen this movie.
The acting. I preferred the guy in the suit better than the computer-generated Godzilla.
Well, the Godzilla looked really good. It was the acting and just the storyline, and I could talk about it for an hour.
Please don't.
I won't. New releases this weekend, though. George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez in Out of Sight. 3.5 stars, getting very good reviews. And Jennifer Lopez, if you're listening, I love you. I know she was in town last night. I was trying to stalk her, but I couldn't find her.
Great. That's all we need. You're getting arrested for stalking.
Good. It's just a matter of time. And then Dr. Dolittle with Eddie Murphy, getting horrible reviews. Is it? Depending on what paper you picked up today. But I want to see it because I want to see Chris Rock as the hamster.
It's the voice of Chris Rock.
Oh,
I thought he was in a hamster suit.
Yeah, I thought so too. We got to get Chris Rock on the show as well. We've had him on in another life, and he's very cool and very funny. So.
Yeah.
All right, it's Opie and Anthony. We got another van story on the line. I think we touched a nerve with the NEW listeners today.
We had a little nerve talking about 70s the vans, because some of the music we're hearing here at NEW kind of brings you back.
Brings you back a bit.
You used to have one of those 40 Econoline vans. Yeah, with the mural on the side. It's either got to be from the Molly Hatchet albums or a Yes album. A good Yes album also made a good van mural.
I used to make a really good Yes logo on my books in school.
Did you?
I was proud of my Yes symbol.
I was good at drawing the Van Halen logo.
Were you?
On my notebook. Oh. It's the only thing I wrote.
And everyone was able to do the Who. Yeah. That was the easiest one.
That was an easy one.
But the Yes logo, it took a little talent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
The vans, also a couple other items. The mud flaps with Yosemite Sam and Back Off.
No, most of them had the Playboy symbol.
No, the Playboy was the air freshener inside. That reeked really bad because you were trying to cover up scents that you didn't want your parents smelling.
Exactly.
When that horrifying time came when maybe one of your parents went, "Son, I'll have to borrow your car." All right, wait 1 minute. And you ran out and got rid of all the contraband.
Right. Do you need it now, or is this like a week from today, hopefully?
If my old man finds one seed, I'm screwed.
Let's go to the phones. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York, Pearl Jam, and Wish List. It's Opie and Anthony. Thanks for checking us out today. We definitely appreciate our second day on the job here at NEW, and we're getting some pretty good feedback, actually.
Yeah.
A bunch of people like that Ronald Reagan bit we did earlier.
Well, thank you.
Got to say thanks to Captain Murphy for checking in.
Who's that?
One of the fine listeners of NEW, yes.
Oh. Thank you, Mommy.
Also, Nat says, if you really want to show the public what you can do, play the bit about the $100,000 winner. I actually have that as a WAV file. I don't know if New York's ready for that one. That's a rough one.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll do it on a future show. How's that? Because we're still warming up to this whole thing in New York.
Yeah, we're kind of easing in.
We could explain that to people, though. The reason why we can't play it is that I don't have a copy of it on me. But basically at our last radio job, we kind of got mad at the people that owned us, and we gave away $100,000 without asking.
Yeah, we said we were giving away $100,000. Turned out to be the candy bar. And we got this guy on the phone that really, really lost it. And he tried to hunt us down and kill us, basically. And he never found us, thank God. And we are now gone from that radio job, and we have moved on. So hopefully he won't follow us down here. Do you have an apartment yet? I'm permanent residence.
I'm still searching. I'm in a temporary place right now.
Well, let me tell you something. last time I needed to get a place of residence, I just opened up the paper, found the landlord, called him, checked the place out, gave him last month's rent, and moved in.
That's not how it's done these days.
No, now there's a middleman called the realtor.
The realtor.
Who gets a month's rent as commission.
For doing nothing. For doing absolutely nothing.
No, I've been through this. I know what they do. It's fascinating. They take you around to the houses that you looked at in the paper, and it said call the realtor. Mm-hmm. So I could have called the landlord, but for some reason I couldn't. Had to call the realtor. Then you follow a maniacal woman in a huge car to various houses.
They are so hyper, these ladies.
They are crazy.
They're crazy.
And they know everybody.
Yeah.
I know the person in that house. I know the one that lived there. I sold this one. I know that one. Follow me. And you're frightened for your life. I learned to follow them in your own car.
That's smart.
It's like, you want to leave your car?
Yeah.
Or ride with me?
Yeah.
You got a helmet or something? Because I'm afraid.
Because the realtor likes to work the car phone, likes to turn up the radio, likes to put makeup on, all while you're in the passenger seat as she goes 70 and a 30.
Well, they're familiar with the neighborhood, so they just speed down these roads. Then, here comes the part of their job now. They bring you to the house, go, okay, this place I think will be very good for you. Here's a closet where you'll put your coats and your shoes. And now I'm starting to think, why do I need you?
They're showing you the obvious.
Here's the kitchen.
Right.
Cabinets above the sink here and on the side for various spices. And is that... I've been keeping my spices in a shoebox in the closet. Thank you. Here's a month's rent. Thank you.
How about this one? It's a lovely, lovely place. I absolutely adore this place. And I'm sitting there going, then why aren't you living here?
You take it.
Yeah, you take it then, if you like it that much.
Here's the fridge.
Right.
What do you do with this? Well, you'll put your meats and various vegetables in. They've been rotting in my garage. Is that what the... Bless you, take 2 months' rent.
Most people do, actually.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
This is what I've been going through.
Yeah.
Stating the obvious. Thank you. I'll do it myself next time.
Anthony, we got a very mad realtor on the line. Oh. You're going to have to deal with her next. All weekend, we're giving away tickets to A Day in the Garden. When you hear Billy Joel's It's Still Rock and Roll to Me, be the 10th caller at 212-757-1027, and you'll score tickets for both days of the music festival. 1027 WNEW, where rock lives. It's Opie and Anthony. Want to say hi to everyone going to the Subway Series at Shea Stadium tonight. Hopefully the rain will hold out for you guys, you lucky stiffs that have tickets.
Yeah.
If I want to go, I got to pay Four Finger Louie about $600 tonight outside.
And hope it's a real ticket.
And hope it's a real... Oh.
They get those counterfeit ones. It's like,
I just purchased this for $1,200 and you're sitting in my seat.
What do you mean?
I have a ticket and it's for this seat.
Excuse me, that's written in crayon.
Right. I got used bad once, scalping tickets for a Knick game. Oh, and they laughed at me. And when I looked at the ticket closer, I'm like, oh, it's typewriter print. I trusted him.
This is for the ABA.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute.
So they were almost going to rip up the tickets, and then they go, counterfeit, and then they call this guy over, and they bring me down to this office. And then they have a scrapbook, kind of like a yearbook, with all the scalpers' pictures in it. And they go, all right, point out which one it was that sold you the tickets.
And I was Benny, most likely to rip me off out of this yearbook you got?
Yeah, and I was in line with about 20 to 30 other people. It happens all the time, as we all know. And I got used. We were so depressed.
Sap, you learn quick.
That's for sure. But anyway, you really got a realtor mad, and she's on the phone. She wants to talk to you, Anthony.
I was just stating that when I go to look for a house to rent or an apartment, I have to open a paper, look in the area I want to live in, then look for a house, dial a number, and make an appointment to see the house. I don't think I need a middleman. I think I could call the owner, look at the house myself. I was saying that a realtor shows you the obvious. Here's a kitchen. I know. Here's the bedroom. Oh, what are we doing here? Sleep. Thank you. I was on the roof sleeping until a realtor told me I sleep in the bedroom. Wow, you're a genius. I could do it myself.
Well, this lady thinks that her job is much more important than what you think. 1027 WNEW, where rock lives, REM, Losing My Religion. Those guys working on a new project. Should be out soon. Do you think REM has the worst luck in rock and roll history?
Why?
Everyone in the band has had medical problems. What band has had it worse than REM?
Def Leppard, I would think.
That's
pretty tragic.
Leonard Skinner, too, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
I saw the VH1 thing on Def Leppard the other day, and it's just like, and then all of a sudden I'll look down and I don't have an arm. Wow. And then the one guy was just drunk all the time, and he dies. It was like Spinal Tap.
Yeah, that's a great series on TV, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they show the tragic side of people who have been successful.
This weekend it's Tony Orlando. All right.
Yeah, and then sometimes they play people that no one really cares about.
Like who?
Like what happened? Tony Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
Who cares?
I know. I forgot about him 15 years ago, I do believe.
Still milking his friendship with Freddie Prinze.
Right. They look like the same person. Separated at birth, those two. Well, it's Opie and Anthony. Thanks for checking us out. Appreciate it. 2 days down.
Yeah.
Getting a little better as we go along here. People are getting used to us a little bit.
I think so.
Had a few nice calls and nice emails and nice faxes from people that are giving us a chance, so we appreciate that.
Thank you.
And you have to go move this weekend.
I am not looking forward to this. First of all, the wife is in a state of confusion. She's in those moods now where it's like, the beginning of the phone conversation's fine. Mm-hmm. And I think I say a word that triggers a subliminal thought in her head that was planted there when she was 6 or something. Because all of a sudden, the word couch.
Right.
Couch. You! What did I do? Honey, what did I do? What's wrong? Nothing. Now, hon, I know something's wrong. Nothing. But if you keep asking, something will be wrong. Now if you're in the catch-22 because you know something's wrong, but now you can't even question it anymore, or else it's really going to blow up. But it doesn't get any worse.
Right. Boy,
it's as bad as it can get.
Boy, Anthony, no guy out there can relate to what you're talking about.
Oh, no.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Honey, what's wrong? Nothing.
You got to tell people you only see her, once a week right now?
Yeah, right now it's a once-a-week thing. So
until the whole household has moved down to the New York area.
Yeah, we're moving in dribs and drabs.
Yes.
Right now, so she's up there. We should be a family again this week.
Why don't you tell the fine folks of New York what you're moving this weekend?
What I have to move? What, the cats? Yeah. I have to take our cats down in the truck.
How many cats do you have, Anthony?
4 cats.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
I wanted 1 cat. And then Jen wanted one. Uh-huh. And she gets a female cat.
Yep.
I had a male cat.
Whoops.
Let's not fix them. Now, what are they going to do? Cats aren't known for reproducing.
All of a sudden, we had a bunch of cats.
Yeah.
And I stood firm. I am like, we are not keeping any kittens. None. No kittens. 2 kittens later, we have 4 cats. And now I have to move them.
Well, it's pretty obvious who runs that household.
Oh, I know. I'm wearing a skirt. Believe me.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
Well, have fun.
Thank you. I'm driving into hell right after the show.
Yes, and we'll be back on the radio, Monday at 3, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And have fun at the Subway Series. I wish I was there. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York, Wallflowers, Heroes from the Godzilla movie soundtrack. Good afternoon, it's Opie and Anthony.
Good afternoon.
So far, I guess we're doing a good job because we're back for another week here at NEW.
They invited us back.
I like it. Actually, I was reading some email and feedback about our first 2 shows last week, and so far the people have been very kind toward us.
That's good.
Guess what the one thing they talked about over and over again in the email?
What?
They wanted to know how your trip from Boston to New York with the 4 cats was this weekend. That's all they get. I mean, we were trying to do some, brilliant comedy breaks last week, and all they care about is Anthony and his 4 cats.
it was a living hell. I gotta say, I had to take our 4 cats down from Massachusetts out to Long Island, and first of all, they start drooling and meowing like something out of an old episode of Wild Kingdom. I finally got them in, but they just were loud the whole trip. It was very annoying. Set them up in an alien room to them. You know how cats are. You put them in a new room and they got to just scope everything out.
That's after they hide for about 2 days.
Yeah.
And then they finally come out and inch around the room slowly but surely to check out their new surroundings.
But more annoying, surprisingly enough, than the cats, the trip, everything, is the new litter box.
What's up with the new litter box?
See, because my wife is coming down next week, so or later this week, I didn't want to scoop litter boxes. That was her job.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I didn't want to do this. I'm like, you want the cats?
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Have as many as you damn well please.
Right.
But you know something? I'm not touching that scooper. So she gets one of those electronic litter boxes.
I've seen those on TV.
Yes, it's easy.
Yeah.
Just plug it in. It does all the work. It rakes the litter and puts the waste in a little receptacle that you remove later and throw away. You never even have to touch the litter. It's like you don't even have cats anymore. It's amazing. I get this thing. I'm in a room now for 2 days. Little room at a friend's house. This thing is right next to my bed. Okay? So it's like 3 in the morning, I guess, when one of them decides they're going to come out and do some business now. They're relaxed enough where they're going to go.
Here it goes.
I swear I might as well have been sleeping on the tarmac at LaGuardia. This thing revs up. It's
Does it back up like a construction truck, too?
Yeah, it was like, beep, 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 beep. The loudest thing you'll ever want to hear in your life.
Yeah.
And I was starting to fear that I'd wake up and go to empty the receptacle and my cat would be in there, squished like a trash compactor.
You can only dream, right?
If you're going to get one of those, I got to say that in the past, I guess, 24-hour period, it works pretty good.
Right.
It hasn't tripped up yet. But you just better lock this thing under a pile of mattresses or something because it is loud.
Or get those, like, special headphones they got at LaGuardia when they're landing planes.
Yeah.
You can sleep with those on.
Yeah, and I could guide the cats into the box with those colored flashlights like I'm...
Why not, huh?
Loud as hell. That was my week.
All right, very
weekend.
good. Well, as you could tell by looking at me, I forgot to bring the spackle to the beach this weekend.
SPF spackle.
SPS spackle.
It was hot.
I figured, it's only in the 70s. How can I possibly get burned at the beach?
That sun.
Now I fit in my old neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
Which is another story entirely. But, all right, here we are. We're ready to rock. Lots to do today.
Yes, there is.
And if you want in on the program, got something to talk about, give us a call, 212-757-1027. Fax line is working, 212-957-WNEW. 1027 WNEW, where rock lives. The Who, you better you bet. And Pete Townsend, one of the bands playing a day in the Garden Festival.
At Yasgur's Farm?
At Yasgur's Farm. We're going to have more details on that, but I do know he's going to be playing over 2 hours, and he's going to play a lot of Who stuff, so that's very, very cool.
Think he'll windmill?
I don't think...
the last time I saw him, I don't think he was going to windmill.
Nah, his windmilling days are pretty much behind him at this point, but he's still very, very cool, yes.
Yeah.
It's Opie and Anthony, and Anthony, I must say,
what?
You looked great yesterday.
I was driving down from Massachusetts yesterday.
That wasn't you in the parade?
Oh, shut up.
Why? I thought you were leading the band with your nice little tights and stuff.
That was me.
That was
the jig's up. You got me.
That was you, right?
That was me.
You were cooling down Fifth Avenue yesterday?
That's it. What a jackass.
That wasn't you, huh?
No.
Oh.
No, I missed the parade this year, yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm confused. I'm sorry.
I didn't miss you, yeah.
You know, this city has a parade for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, gay pride parade, cool, if you're into that, whatever, that's fine. But what I don't understand is why can't we have like a straight pride parade, heterosexual pride parade? Or, like, why can't we have a parade for guys who like lesbians tooling down Fifth Avenue?
That would be good.
I'm serious, though. Why stop there? Gay pride parade. Let's have parades for everything. Guys who love lesbians.
Giuliani marched.
Yes, he did.
In the parade.
There were, 20 protesters chained together?
Yeah.
I love when they do that. That's some entertaining footage on the news.
I don't get it, though, because, Giuliani has done a lot for gays in New York.
Right.
You know, there's some landmark legislation going down with insurance between couples, gay couples. And, yeah, people just aren't satisfied sometimes. They walked out in front of them and were giving them hell.
Yeah, well,
I thought maybe Rudy's secret hair would flip up and a torpedo launcher would come out.
His hair was looking stylish yesterday.
Yeah, Mayor Potato Head.
Mayor Potato Head.
Snap-on hairdo.
Exactly. What I'm finding, moving back to the New York area, people either love or hate the mayor.
Right.
Simple as that. There's no in between with these people. They either love him for the changes he's made or hate him.
I think he's doing a great job.
I personally love the mayor of New York.
Some people think his tactics are a little rough sometimes because it's not coddling. There's not a lot of coddling going on with the mayor.
Right.
He gets an idea, and he goes through with it and does it and ticks a lot of people off.
I just don't like walking around like cattle in the streets of Manhattan when they put those barriers up, though.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's not fun.
There's going to be no jaywalking,
right.
So I'm going to put up some barriers. Right. And you'll all walk like cattle going to the butcher.
Yeah.
And he puts that up. And it's hard to use the leftover Peepland tokens I got last time I was in New York.
Those are leaving by the day.
Yeah.
You can't tune in Tokyo anymore.
I mean,
someone out there got that one. Okay.
He's cracking down on a lot of the... and that's one issue that the gays had, too. A few of the gays that were protesting.
Yeah.
That he's closing down a lot of the adult shops.
Right.
But then on the other hand, gays don't want to be portrayed as these perverted people that are always... going to sex shops.
Right.
But then they were ticked off that he's closing down the sex shop.
Go figure, right?
Go figure it out.
All right, studio line, 212-757-1027. Fax is coming in, Max. All right, send a fax. We want to read some faxes. 212-957-WNEW. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York, Talking Heads. Bam. It's Opie and Anthony on your radio. I saw the Wildest Freak Show last night.
What'd you say?
I got to do this every Sunday. I took the train back into the city.
Yeah.
And you get a bunch of nuts coming back after a long weekend at all the beaches.
Oh, yeah, coming back into the city on the train?
Just drunk slobs, still in their wet, bathing suits.
Sand down their pants.
Yeah, they wanted to get that last Budweiser in before they caught the train, so they're just all soaking wet. One guy had a beet red face with the raccoon eyes, forgot to take his sunglasses off all weekend. And to the guy that was drooling on my left shoulder the whole time back to the city, thank you. That's exactly what I want on a Sunday night.
Right.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I like the people that are a little too pale. They lay down on one side too long. And then they got to go home, and you just see that red line down the middle of their leg.
Yeah.
What a pain.
What a trip coming back into the city. Oh, I thought about you last night.
Ew.
No, easy. Easy. I was hanging out watching TV. I'm flipping around, and on Nickelodeon, they had the Brady Bunch on.
Yeah.
They had your favorite episode, Anthony.
And that was the Hawaiian episode.
The Hawaiian episode of Brady Bunch was on last night.
I thought it was... one of Marsha's better performances out of all the Brady Bunch episodes. She got to show some skin, which was good as a growing up.
Yeah.
As a boy, it was always good when Marsha was in a bikini.
Right.
And it was one of the older episodes. So she was older in it. Yeah, that is one of my faves.
Wasn't Marsha the first girl that got you down below?
That's true.
Yeah.
As a young boy... I
might have to break something out of the archives so New York gets to know Anthony just a little better.
What?
Your Marsha Brady song. Maybe we'll do that a little later today.
That's one of my favorite girls of all times. I think along with a lot of guys was Marsha Brady.
I don't know. Mine was like Jeannie, but...
Jeannie was a woman.
Yeah.
You didn't want to... When you were a child.
I'm not like you were, like you're a pedophile. I was looking at women on TV.
I'm sorry. I didn't have a mommy complex, okay?
Come on.
I wasn't looking at older women
in that way. When I was younger, when I was that age, and I think when the Brady Bunch was on, I was probably the same age I think maybe Peter was.
No.
It was like the older sister.
You met Groucho. So when the Brady Bunch was on, you had to be at least 30. And you were looking at Marsha, who was like a 10-year-old girl.
I met Groucho right before he died in 1976, and I think I was 11 or something. I don't know.
You were already old, and you were getting into Marsha and her little buds.
You're not going to get to me like this. I'm sick. Then a bunch of guys are sick men, because I think a lot of guys thought Marsha was like the ideal girl back then.
Yeah. All right.
I was watching the Brady Bunch when they had the film festival, the Brady Bunch Festival on Nickelodeon.
Right.
And I noticed a few things about the music. There was one song for every episode, and it was the Brady Bunch song. But they just changed it, depending on the mood. Like they had to have the serious talk. Greg was smoking cigarettes.
Right.
Happy one. You know, they're doing the driving test. Who's going to win, Marsha or Greg?
That's so
It was the same song.
Right.
Happy occasion, sad occasion. Boop, 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 boop. I can't find Kitty Carryall.
Very nice. But I was thinking about you last night, because they had the 2-part episode when Greg was surfing in the Hawaiian episode.
Yeah. Oh, cliffhanger.
It was the best cliffhanger in TV history, I think. Screw Who Shot JR. When Greg hit the water and he hit that mound of seaweed, you weren't sure if it was seaweed or a rock.
Yeah, it's like volcanic rock, and it's chewed apart, I'm sure.
And the only reason it happened was because he had a damn tiki idol around his neck that Bobby found on the beach that gave him bad luck. Yeah. Exactly.
We know a little too much about the Brady Bunch. Let me just say that. But I'm a little embarrassed here.
It was a cliffhanger because you held your breath for a week because Greg hits the surf, and then, the next week, you find out, he's fine. They made you wait for nothing. I was pissed.
Did you see the Robert Reed float in the gay parade Sunday? No?
No, I did not see that yesterday.
I heard about it.
Very good. But I think I'm going to break out the Marsha Brady song later.
You do that.
To show people how sick you actually are.
Sick? I was romantically involved.
1027 WNEW, where rock lives. It's The Clash. I like that song.
Yeah.
It's Opie and Anthony. Thanks for checking us out for day 3 of the Opie and Anthony experiment in New York. No, actually, you guys have been great so far, and keep the faxes coming and the phone calls. We appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
We're going to try to turn this into like the People's Radio Show, where you could call up and get on the radio.
Yeah, when things are going on or you got a gripe about something, call up, let people in on it. Maybe there's other people out there with the same gripe.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe not. Or maybe you're just a jerk. Who knows?
Or maybe we're just the jerks.
Yeah, you never know.
Time will tell, right? Hey, did anyone else feel much safer waking up this morning?
You read the papers, yeah.
There it was. In big, huge letters on the front page of the Daily News. Crime falls again in New York City.
Well, I don't know about that.
Murder plunges 23%, unless you're a squeegee man. But this comes out today. Mm-hmm. And yesterday we had that wacko on 56.
Yeah,
with an automatic pistol.
See the guy on the news? Wow.
He claims he was shooting at some guy he was mad at, but he hits a Florida tourist in the leg.
Guy from Florida, yeah.
Take that home to Florida. How was your trip to New York? Great. Got some lead in my leg.
Getting on the plane by the metal detective. Weep! Yeah. Weep! Sir, empty out all the metal?
I can't. It's stuck in my leg.
I just picked this one up.
But what they're saying about this guy that opened fire on the streets?
Right.
I love this. In the news it says, former mental patient.
I read that, too.
Open fires on 56th Street. Former mental patient.
I'd say he's still pretty mental.
Yes.
Especially from the clips I saw on the news last night. He was babbling. He was like, the cops are throwing him in the vehicle, and they had that on the news.
Yeah.
He was babbling. I think I heard him say Opie and Anthony, Opie and Anthony.
I think he's so pissed off at our show that he just went on the street with a gun.
He was looking for us.
Yeah.
But, crime is down. You could go over all the numbers and everything. That's pretty boring. Unless, of course, you have a popular radio guy do it.
Ooh, let's hear that.
Got him. Hold on.
Okay.
Hey, my turn, guys.
Yeah, Casey, come on over to the microphones here.
Hi, I'm Casey Kasem, and this is New York City's Crime Statistics Countdown.
climbing 0.75% on the charts. The only crime that did go up this year, rape.
Oh, my God.
You can't beat a good beating. Down a couple of notches this year is assault, off by 4.8%. Robbery takes a dip down 12% from last year. But the clear favorite, falling 23.5%, everyone's favorite, murder.
This is Casey Kasem.
Thank you, Casey.
Yeah, do you have any long-distance dedications, Casey, or no? Okay. Oh, he's leaving us. Bye, Casey. All right. Hey, give us a call, will you? It's 212-757-1027. Fax line is 212-957-WNEW. Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Blue on Black on 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York. You're hanging with Opie and Anthony.
Hey.
Third day in. So far, it's going pretty well. Getting lots of faxes and phone calls. You want to take a phone call, actually?
Sure.
Want to get a hold of us, 212-757-1027. Hi, NEW.
Who am I talking to?
Opie and Anthony.
I think that NEW has finally done it.
What?
It finally pushed me to the point where I can't listen to that radio station anymore.
How long you been listening to NEW?
35 years since House of Steel was around.
Wow, that's a long time.
And you don't want anything changing on NEW at all.
I want things to change. The way you guys get around, I feel like I'm listening to one of these kids stations.
Kids? How old are you, sir?
45.
And you're already over the hill at 45.
I'm not over the hill.
You sound like you're 60.
Like it. You might as well be 65. You might as well pull your pants up to your nipples at this point.
Well, then maybe I should be 65.
Ride around on one of those little rascal scooters.
Yeah.
You might as well get those wraparound sunglasses for those sunny days. They look like the Terminator. Like the old people do. You know, wear your shorts and your big white tube socks all the way up to your knees.
Right, well, this is exactly why...
Just because you're 45 doesn't mean you're...
exactly why at 2 o'clock my radio will now go to FUV.
Oh, well, that sucks for you. Because we did make you laugh in there, sir. I heard you chuckle.
But that's not the point of the station.
I think the color strip is changing blue on your Depend undergarments. It might be time
right,
to...
and that's the type of humor that you guys have, so that's why we'll go to another station.
You're a young guy. You're still a young guy, but you're acting like my dad.
Unbelievable.
We're making friends every day here at NEW, huh?
Wow, 45 is young, man.
What I don't understand, in that phone call, he definitely laughed. We made him laugh. But for some reason, I guess, if you listen to NEW, you're not supposed to laugh.
No.
It's just supposed to be music, right?
Yeah.
Is that what he was trying to get at?
I think that was what he was getting at.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Great. We'll take some more phone calls in a bit. Stay there. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York. That's Fastball and the Way off the All the Pain Money Can Buy CD. It's Opie and Anthony.
Hey.
Want to take another phone call here? We're starting to get brave. It's our third day on the air in New York, and we're finally going to the phone lines to see what the people are saying about us.
Yeah. And just about things.
And things in general, yes.
People have things to talk about. You could call up and talk about them.
Now, the last guy was brutal.
Yeah.
He didn't like us at all.
No.
He's been listening to NEW for 35 years, even though the station's been around 30.
He was 45.
And he was 45 years old, and he doesn't want to laugh. We made him laugh, but he doesn't want to laugh.
Yeah.
Because I don't listen to NEW to laugh, even though we made him laugh. I didn't understand that.
All right.
If I could get a good laugh in, I'll take it from wherever I can. Right?
True. Yeah.
I don't wait to turn on Comedy Central or something to laugh.
It wasn't his cup of tea.
Not at all. So let's see what the next person thinks. 212-757-1027. Hi, NEW.
I tell you what, you guys make me laugh. I got that butt plug skit on Thursday, and I caught the last end of that Ronald Reagan deal. I tell you, I'd never laughed so hard. I don't know what that last guy was saying, but I think it's good that you guys are in town making somebody laugh.
Well, we're at least going to try to make people laugh a little bit.
If you're going to do any more of those skits, because they are funny, man.
Well, we could finally get to the Marsha Brady thing.
What Marsha Brady thing?
We were talking about it earlier. Anthony was in love with Marsha growing up.
Who was it?
I know. Everyone was.
Me too.
Wait a minute. With
was hot.
all the people you could choose on TV, you were into Marsha too?
Ginger.
Yeah, Ginger, of course.
Ginger.
Either Ginger or Jeannie, but Anthony likes the, prepubescent chick.
She wasn't prepubescent in the Hawaiian episode.
She didn't have breasts yet. She had little nubs.
No, she didn't. She was growing into a fine woman, and I was but a child myself. I wasn't after women. I didn't have this mother complex
I think
like
she was
Opie
more
does.
my age, man. She was all right.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Hell yeah.
Hey, keep rocking. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Man.
Well, this discussion started because the Hawaiian episode was on last night on Nickelodeon.
And I just thought Marsha looked great.
In the hula skirt and all that.
That was the peak of her beauty.
Her hotness?
Her hotness was that Hawaiian episode. She was great.
The peak of her beauty before she actually reached maturity.
Stop it. Stop it.
Well, Anthony has such a fetish on Marsha that he wrote a little song.
Me and my band Rotgut.
Well, all I hear all day long is school.
Come on.
Marsha, Marsha, Marsha.
Junior high, her sparkling blue eyes, a smile anyone to die for. Well, I almost got my load at the Hawaiian episode, but mommy started knocking on my door. She's sweeter than a peach in her bikini on the beach. The other girls couldn't compare. Yeah, and what a piece of ass when she took that hula class. Her skirt so short, I think I saw her hair. And oh, the things she does to me, you're in her virginity. I got my very first photo watching Marsha Brady on a black and white TV.
Marsha, Marsha, Marsha.
Golly gee. I got my very first photo watching Marsha Brady on a black and white TV.
Marsha, Marsha, Marsha.
Golly gee.
Come on.
You are a sick puppy.
That's a toe tapper.
Yeah, big time. People are driving into the river right now. 1027 WNEW, where rock lives. John Mellencamp and Small Town. Hello, it's Opie and Anthony for the ride home. Hope you're hanging in there for a Monday, right?
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of people have taken this week off because the big holiday is just about upon us.
It's a good time to take vacation. It is.
It seems like a lot of people do because the kids are out of school. You know, you got the long weekend to begin with. Might as well make it a week, right?
Yeah.
And I think we're shocking the people today, Anthony, because the phones have gone completely dead.
What happened?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Maybe the phone system isn't on, or
I don't think so. I think it's working.
you think it's working?
Yeah.
And they just don't want to call anymore?
No.
I think they're in a coma. They're in shock. It's like, what is
State of shock.
What is going on at NEW? Well, if you want to give us a call, 212-757-1027. Fax line is 212-957-WNEW. I was reading the paper. Now, what is going on with Clinton with this trip to China? A lot of controversy going on.
Well, he spoke at Beijing University. Of course, the students at Beijing University led that Tiananmen Square protest in '89.
I'll never forget the guy in front of the tank.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure China didn't forget him either.
No, not at
Probably
all.
in some deep, dank cell somewhere.
Yeah, has anyone ever seen him since then? Has he done an interview since?
I don't think so. I think he's just that anonymous guy, but they probably know who he is.
Oh, okay.
I think they dealt with him like they're dealing with some other dissidents. It's funny, Clinton visits a city, and they just, clean up the dissidents, throw them away.
Right.
Put them in a cell somewhere. Don't want anybody speaking up in front of a camera. God forbid. Everyone forgets they are still the commies.
The commie bastard.
Commies!
Yes.
We forgot about the commies when Russia stopped being commie.
Did you see that reflective photo of President Clinton on the Wall of China?
Oh, please.
The Great Wall of China. He's there, like, leaning against the wall while his wife and daughter are in the background, and he's, like, reflecting.
Yeah.
You know they set those shots up.
Every picture of him is staged.
Yeah.
Anyway, the students reacting to his speech said that it was a little awkward through the interpreter. They said the interpreter, muffed a few words.
Well, we got to if you weren't listening last week, me and Anthony found out that President Clinton's interpreter over there in China, his name is Mai Dong.
Yeah.
Mai Dong.
Mai Dong.
Mai Dong.
Is his name. Mai Dong.
Mai Dong.
Mai Dong.
Mai Dong.
That's his name.
Okay, that's President Clinton's interpreter.
Yeah.
And this guy's screwing up everything for him?
Well, obviously he screwed a few words up.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Seems to have been a problem.
So some of these things are coming out a little awkwardly.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Well, I through the magic of radio, I think we got the president on the line.
Again?
Yeah.
Wow, we must be important.
We must be. We've had 2 calls from the president. We've only been on the air 3 days.
Let's ask him about his interpreter.
Mai Dong. Or is it Mai Dong?
Mai Dong.
President Clinton.
Hi, boys. How you doing?
Pretty good. How's your trip?
Okay, but my interpreter got me in a little bit of trouble yesterday.
Yeah, that's why we're calling. We read it in the paper.
Yeah, well, my dong was out all night, and I don't think it was up for the job yesterday.
Oh, no. What happened?
Well, at one point, I wanted to tell the Chinese people, you are a noble people steeped in tradition.
Well, how did it come out then?
You can all sit on an egg roll sideways.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, then I went to tell the Chinese president's wife, you are a beautiful woman who stands behind a great leader.
No, that's a great thing to say to her.
Yeah, well, it came out, is that you or the tuna boats just come in?
Oh, my God.
I just wanted to grab my dung and shake him.
I would, too.
I think with all the publicity, he's getting a swelled head.
Whoa, hello.
Well, Hillary's been put in charge of watching him now, so she'll make sure my dung doesn't get into anything he's not supposed to.
She's good at that, huh, sir?
Yes, she is. Well, guys, Chang Wan Fan Chu.
What does that mean?
Peace, health, and happiness, or f*** you, I'm not sure.
President Clinton, everyone. And there he goes, the President of the United States of America.
Always checking in with us first, of course.
Of course, the news leader, Opie and Anthony. 102.7 WNEW, where rock lives, Queen and Fat Bottom Girls for your ride home. It's Opie and Anthony. Thanks once again for checking us out today. I was reading the Daily News, and I don't know, they reported that, we have started here on NEW.
Yeah, I saw that.
They call us the Zany Duo or something?
What's the Zany Duo?
I don't know. The writers of New York, they just don't know how to handle us yet, which is fine. In time, you'll get it, I guess.
I don't think we're zany.
No, but because before we went on the air, there was another report in one of the papers that said Opie and Anthony and their brand of brutal humor.
Brutal
humor?
What is that?
I don't know. That's like an oxymoron, right?
I think so.
How could humor be brutal?
Humor.
Hey, you hear the one about the guy that walked into a bar? Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly.
As you bludgeon somebody, you tell them a joke.
Yeah, it's pretty entertaining to read about ourselves in the paper because they just haven't figured us out yet.
Wax-zanerific.
Yeah, one moment we're, we have brutal humor, and then today we're zany, and I think someone else also mentioned the word wacky.
Wacky.
We don't like wacky or zany.
Wait, here, we're wacky. There, that's wacky.
That is wacky, so whatever.
Well, traffic problems going to be cured, I guess, in the city. Obviously, they're working on it.
You're kidding.
Columbus Circle.
Oh, that area is a nightmare.
Which is a mess. 11 lanes of traffic now run through the circle.
Yes.
And they got to fix this. So this guy, David Billig of the Department of Transportation, says they're going to redo the circle and make it a true traffic circle in New York. They're going to start painting new lines, putting yield signs.
Yield signs.
Those work well.
Yeah, they work real well.
The problem is I don't think a lot of people in New York understand what the right-of-way rules are.
Because you got to know when to go, when to let someone else go.
Yeah, is it when you're in the circle, people coming into the circle, people leaving the circle? People don't understand. So to spell it out, let's see, 22s have to give the right-of-way to 357 Magnums. 44s get the right-of-way.